Hello, and welcome to Funnelheads. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be going over all of the details in regards to Carnival Cruise Line's internet. We're going to go over the packages and the differences in those packages, the pricing. We also conducted a test on board a Carnival ship as well as home, so you can see kind of how they compare. We have a frequently asked questions section, as well as finishing off with tips and tricks. Now, if you do appreciate the content, hit the like button, share it with friends and family, consider subscribing. We appreciate it. Let's get right into today's video. Alright, so we're actually going to be doing this one a little bit different than some of our past videos if you've seen them. We're going to be using our personal videos of ships, sun, and sand in the background, so that way you don't have to stare at me for a prolonged period of time. We'll also use graphics and things of that nature, anything that's important to, in regards to the video itself. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. We will get to them as soon as possible, but hopefully we'll cover everything you're going to need to know about Carnival Cruise Line's internet in this video. Now, we have to start somewhere. Let's go over the 3 different plans to choose from, starting off with the social plan. Now, this is the lowest price point, and this plan lets you access certain apps like Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, as well as messaging apps like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and Snapchat. There are no video calls that are going to be supported on this plan. The next plan is the value plan, which is going to include everything that the social plan includes, plus access to your favorite websites. This plan, however, does not support streaming music or video streaming. And the last plan is going to be the premium plan. Now, of course, again, this one includes everything that the other 2 include, plus it's faster internet. Carnival says that it's at least 3 times faster than the value plan. You can also access most websites as well as stream videos, from YouTube, for example, music streaming as well, like Spotify or Apple Music. Now, this plan also supports Skype, Zoom, and team video calls, which we've actually used personally. We video called our friends from the ship previously, and it actually worked pretty well. Now, Carnival does stipulate like an exception. It just says where coverage allows for these video calls, so it definitely can be kind of hit or miss, although here recently it has been much better. We'll get into that shortly. Now that we discussed the 3 different plans and their differences, let's get into the price of these plans. Now, if you go ahead and pre-purchase the internet before your cruise, which you have up until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the day prior to your debarkation to actually pre-purchase it, you're going to get a little bit of a discount, which is 15%. It's going to be, for the social plan, $12.75 per user. The value plan is $17 per user, and the premium plan is $18.70 per user. Now, if you do book it on board, that price for social is going to be $15, value is $20, and premium is $22. Now, just for an example, if you're going on a 7-night cruise, the prices that you're going to pay per user if you purchase it before your cruise is going to be $89.25 for the social plan, $119 for the value plan, and $130.90 for the premium plan. Now, that's the basic information for Carnival's internet, but let's go over some of the most asked questions. Now, if your question that you have is not on this list, like I said, feel free to comment and ask that question in the comment section below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. There's always a ton of questions involving the internet, and it's a very changing thing. It changes all the time, so don't be afraid to ask. If you have a question, I'll be glad to go over it, but let's go over the most asked questions, starting off with number 1. What is the best time to purchase Wi-Fi? You guys probably already already know this because we went over it, but the cheapest time to purchase is before your cruise. Like I said, cutoff is 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time the day before embarkation. You don't want to wait till the last second and forget about it, of course, especially if you're going to save money. So just go ahead and get it done. Again, you'll save 15% on the standard onboard pricing. Number 2 is going to be, is it worth it? Which is always a huge question. This is going to depend on your personal situation. I can only use my own experience as an example, but I definitely think it is worth it because, of course, I use the internet all of the time, primarily for this channel, but also for my other work as well. Of course, uploading videos, posting pictures, commenting, live streaming, emailing throughout the cruise. Now, one thing is, if you are able to completely disconnect, I highly suggest you doing that. That was one of my favorite things. You know, when I had a different job, I was able to literally shut my phone off, leave it in the safe for the entirety of the cruise, and whatever stresses of the world, wanted to come get me after the cruise, that was fine. But during the cruise, it was just so nice to, again, just take some time for yourself, not have to worry about jobs, stresses, bills, this and that. So if you're able to, I highly recommend doing it. Of course, if you're like me who has to do, some work on the ship, it is probably worth it. Now, the third most asked question is going to be how good or how fast the internet is. And as of January 2024, when we're recording this video, all Carnival cruise ships in the fleet have added or upgraded to Starlink, which of course is a brand from Elon Musk. Now, this makes internet faster and more stable on your cruise ship, and I can talk from experience because we actually did the Carnival Pride to Iceland this past summer. The Carnival Pride had just come from dry dock. It had Starlink on board, and internet was so much faster. We rarely had, buffer issues or uploading issues. Now, while we were on the Carnival Pride, I actually conducted an internet speed test, so I'll show you that video now, and then right after that, I'm going to actually show you a test that I did at home, and you can compare, what the upload speeds are and all of that good stuff. Now, the fourth most asked question is there actually free internet or free Wi-Fi on a Carnival ship? And the answer to that question is yes, but, and a big but. Yes, but only to use Carnival's Hub app, of course, which the Carnival Hub app gives you information about the ship. It includes schedules of what's happening around the ship, also viewing menus, reserving different appointments, as well as finding information, and so much more. That is basically going to be all the free internet that you get. You can also access Carnival.com and a couple of other minor websites, in case you're trying to book another cruise while on board, but that's basically it. Now, the fifth most asked question is actually an important one because it does get a little confusing if you don't know the step-by-step process of how to join Carnival's internet. So let's go over it real quick. You're going to go to settings on whatever device you're trying to connect with, go to Wi-Fi, and then connect to Carnival Guest Wi-Fi. Once connected, a prompt will ask you to enter your folio number and your date of birth. The folio number, if you don't know, is on your sail and sign card, so whatever number that is, that's the number you're going to use. You're also going to want to use the sail and sign card that you purchased the internet for, of course. Then you're going to click login and confirm. Now, if you are trying to log in like a laptop or the prompts just don't appear, you can actually go to carnivalwifi.com and then you're just going to follow the steps after that. Now, the next most asked question is going to be, do I have to buy access for every device? And can I share the internet? And the answer to that is yes and yes. Carnival Wi-Fi is sold on a per person basis, not per device. However, you can only use one device at a time. So if you're logged in on your phone and then for whatever reason you want to, access the internet, let's say on your laptop, you would just need to switch devices. This is actually going to be the same process if someone like your spouse or friend or whoever wants to borrow the internet or steal your internet for a short amount of time. They're just going to put in, again, your folio number, your name. It's going to say, their that person is logged on another device, and you could just hit the switch button and it's going to switch. It's going to automatically log that person out and log you in. The next few questions are short and sweet, so let's roll through them. Can I upgrade my plan? Yes, you can upgrade your plan at any time. Can I get Wi-Fi anywhere on board? Yes, but some areas may be slower than others. I find typically my cabin, especially if we're lower on the ship, like deck 1, 2, 3, the internet's going to not be as good as some of the top decks. That's just been my experience anyway. Does Carnival's private islands like Half Moon Key and Princess Key have Wi-Fi? No, unfortunately, but hopefully, down the road, they will have the Wi-Fi included. Does Carnival block any websites? And yes, just like any other business, they block a lot of mature content, violence, gaming websites, etc. Now let's go over some of the tips for Carnival's internet, and we have 4 to discuss, starting off with number 1, purchase before your cruise from Carnival.com and save money. This is the 3rd time that we're saying this throughout the video, but if you are able to save some money, go ahead and do it. It's already expensive enough. You don't need to give Carnival more money. Just go ahead under your booking on Carnival.com, add the Carnival internet. You can add it to your cart, check out. You can also, if you know somebody that's going on a cruise, you can actually gift internet to that person. So that's something that you might want to think about in the future, or maybe for Christmas, birthday, if you want somebody to get you something, it might not be a bad idea. Number 2 is consider buying internet plans only for certain days. For example, like sea days when you know you'll be using it the most. On port days, you can get free internet a lot of times in a lot of different venues, whether it be restaurants, bars, different excursions, etc. Now, if you need to know specific places like where you're going that includes free Wi-Fi, the best way to do this, I'm sure you can find it on your own, but the best way is to actually ask the crew that are getting off the ship for the day, or even just on board. They've been to these places many of times. They know exactly where the free Wi-Fi is, because unfortunately, Carnival does not give them free Wi-Fi on board, so they're always looking for the internet. They're going to know exactly where to go. Number 3, consider only getting one plan and sharing with friends, family, whoever you want to share with. If you can, of course. I know that's harder, especially, if you're traveling with certain age children or whatnot. But the process of switching devices is so easy. So if one person needs it, maybe to send some emails for work or whatnot, and another person just wants to hop on to, check the news or pictures or whatever, one person can log in, the other logs out, vice versa, just switch back and forth. It literally takes 1 second to do. And the final tip that I have is if you are literally just getting the internet to message people that are on board the ship, whether it's friends, families, people that you met on board, just get the chat feature in the Carnival Hub app. You don't need to purchase the internet to get, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, whatever messenger you're trying to use. The Carnival Hub app actually works really well. Some people don't really know how to use it though, and that's when they have issues. Once you get the Carnival Hub app chat feature, of course you can add people, throughout your cruise. It is, I believe it's $5 a person. It might have went up a couple of dollars since my last cruise, but the last time I checked, it was $5 per person. And all you have to do is leave the app open, and that way you'll get, the incoming text, the outgoing text. It can be running in the background. It doesn't have to be like, the forefront on your phone. But as soon as you force close that app, you're not going to get those messages. It's going to see that you're basically offline. And that's where there's a lot of issues in regards to this feature on the Carnival Hub app. Now that is all of the details for Carnival's internet in a nutshell. I'm sure it will change in the near future, especially pricing, but as it changes, of course, we will update you. Now, like I said in the beginning, if you do like these cruise informational videos and, me updating everybody on all the changes in the cruise world, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you. Like on your way out. Again, if you have any questions in regards to this or anything else, put it in the comment section below. I'd love to help you out, respond, of course, as soon as possible. But hopefully we'll see you right back here in the next video or on a cruise ship one day. Catch you later.
I woke up with the sun today, rolled out of bed and said, I'm gonna have some fun today, and that's just what I did. The birds were singing, come outside, I felt giddy like a kid. If life is like a swimming pool, I'm jumping in. We got the perfect summer day, so put me in your plans. You know that this doesn't happen every day. So everybody clap your hands, 'cause when we raise on high, every hand in the sky, we're the super fans, feeling grand in the grandstands. Shout it out, make some noise, make it loud, soaking up the lovely weather, everything just comes together. I woke up feeling good today, my journey has begun. I gotta give a shout out to the green grass and the sun. It's a long way off, a tricky shot, but I know it can be done. Another day, another game, another hole in one. Yeah, we got the perfect summer day, so put me in your plans. You know that this doesn't happen every day. So everybody clap your hands, 'cause when we